Hello and welcome to APMEX Answers, a show where we answer the questions you have for us. On today's episode, we're doing a detailed comparison of the Perth Mint's Silver Kangaroo and the American Silver Eagle. If you've been following along, you know we've been producing a full series comparing the Silver Eagle to various bullion coins from around the world. This has largely been due to the premium hikes on Silver Eagles. A lot of customers have been considering alternatives and looking for a more affordable way to continue stacking. So, let's dive into it. First, you can see we have the Silver Eagle and the Kangaroo here. Now, the first thing to note is that there are a lot of similarities between these two coins. Both of these coins are available in 1 troy ounce of silver. Both are coins with a face value. Both are backed by sovereign mints, and they're both eligible for precious metals IRAs, and to top it off, they both have some security features. The Eagle has a missing reed to make counterfeiting harder, and the Kangaroo uses a micro-engraving laser to put a tiny letter A that can only be seen by magnifying glass onto each coin. Size-wise, the dimensions are slightly different. Now they're both 1 troy ounce, but dimensions are just very, very slightly different. And we'll try to show that here. Very common for different coins to have different dimensions but the same weight. Now another interesting difference between the two is that the Perth Mint produces the Kangaroo in 4/9 fine silver, while the Eagle is 3/9 fine silver. They also have a different face value. Both are $1, but the Eagle is of course denominated in US dollars, while the Roo is denominated with a face value of $1 Australian dollar. Foreign exchange rates vary, but over the last month, $1 Australian dollar has fluctuated between about 66 to 70 cents per US dollar. So if you've watched the other videos, you know I don't put a ton of emphasis on the face value of the coin. Maybe that's more of a personal thing. But an ounce of silver has been worth over $20 an ounce for a while now. You generally wouldn't want to buy a can of pop with an ounce of silver. I know some people find it important though, so I always make sure to try and mention it. Well, onto the design. We're all familiar with the American Silver Eagle, Liberty on the obverse, and an eagle in flight on the reverse. It's funny because I mentioned in another video that I actually really like the eagle in flight here. I just really like the dynamism of it. Even with the clipped wing, and one of our viewers spoke up and gave the opinion that I've heard so many times. The clipped wing just really bothers some people. So if you're a Silver Eagle fan, you don't want that clipped wing, check out the Type 1 Silver Eagle. It's more of a heraldic design on the reverse. It's the classic design that was produced since the Silver Eagle's inception in 1986. So any eagle between 1986 and 2020, you can get it with that design by John Mercanti. And in 2021, the US Mint produced both designs and then fully switched over to the Type 2 in 2022. So just wanted to mention, you actually do have 2 options for the Silver Eagle design. And we do sell older mintages of the US Eagles at APMEX, so check that out if that's of any interest to you. It's also something that I really like about the program with the US Eagles is that it's very easy to collect graded eagles. What some collectors do is they try to get one fine specimen of each year in a sonically sealed and graded case from PCGS or NGC of the Silver Eagles. So that's another difference between these two coins, is that Eagles have more options for collectors who really want graded specimen. And that's a good breaking point to switch over and showcase the Silver Kangaroo. This is just a beautifully done coin, and I have to admit, I'm a big fan of silver coins featuring wildlife. The Roos are an iconic species to Australia, so it's fitting they're on the most widely available bullion coin produced by the Perth Mint. And on the obverse, of course, we have British Monarchy. And so I want to make sure I get this right. The Perth Mint announced in January of 2023 they were using a modified Queen Elizabeth effigy. And you can see the dates of her reign from 1952 to 2022 on the obverse of the new coins. 70 years as head of state. They're calling this a memorial effigy, and I believe the plan is to transition to an effigy of King Charles, but I have not seen a firm date on when that transition takes place at the time of filming this. A common question we get about British royalty showing up on the obverse of other countries' coins: the British monarch is the monarch of the Commonwealth of Nations. There are 56 member states, and most of them that produce a coin use British monarchy on the obverse. And so that's why Queen Elizabeth is here on an Australian coin, and it's why King Charles III is probably going to be on it in the future. Let's talk price. Now, we got into greater detail on our Silver Buffaloes video about why the US Mint is facing supply shortages and how that's impacting the price of the coins. We'll leave a link down in the description below if you want to learn more. Now, Eagles today are commonly trading with a $10 to $15 premium over spot. They have been for a while and probably will continue through 2023 unless something changes in the supply and demand balance. Kangaroos, on the other hand, trade in line with many other bullion coins, usually somewhere around $6 over spot, give or take a little. The other bullion coin that I think compares most closely to the Perth Mint's Kangaroo in terms of security features, purity, price, and that people like as an alternative to the Silver Eagle would probably be the Royal Canadian Mint Silver Maple Leaf. And we actually have a video on that as well, so we'll drop a link for that down below in the description. Thanks for watching. That's all we have for you today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, or share with a friend, and we'll see you next time.